Consider nothing impossible, then treat possibilities as probabilities. A loving heart is the truest wisdom. Have a heart that never hardens, and a temper that never tires, and a touch that never hurts. No one is useless in this world. Who lightens the burden of it to anyone else? Reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has many, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. If there were no bad people, there would be no good lawyers. An idea, like a ghost, must be spoken to a little before it will explain itself. Life is made of ever so many partings welded together. There are books of which the backs and covers are by far the best parts. I have known a vast quantity of nonsense talked about bad men not looking you in the face. Don't trust that conventional idea. Dishonesty will stare honesty out of countenance any day in the week, if there is anything to be got by it. Papa, potatoes, poultry, prunes and prism, are all very good words for the lips. Let us be moral. Let us contemplate existence. The men who learn endurance are they who call the whole world brother. Electric communication will never be a substitute for the face of someone who with their soul encourages another person to be brave and true. There is nothing so strong or safe in an emergency of life as the simple truth. I never could have done what I have done without the habits of punctuality, order and diligence, without the determination to concentrate myself on one subject at a time. Whatever I have tried to do in life, I have tried with all my heart to do it well. Whatever I have devoted myself to, I have devoted myself completely, in great aims and in small. I have always thoroughly been in earnest. I only ask to be free. The butterflies are free. 'Tis love that makes the world go round, my baby. The most important thing in life is to stop saying I wish and start saying I will. Consider nothing impossible, then treat possibilities as probabilities.
We forge the chains we wear in life. It is a melancholy truth that even great men have their poor relations. Charity begins at home, and justice begins next door. The whole difference between construction and creation is exactly this: that a thing constructed can only be loved after it is constructed. But a thing created is loved before it exists. When a man bleeds inwardly, it is a dangerous thing for himself. But when he laughs inwardly, it bodes no good to other people. Subdue your appetites, my dears, and you've conquered human nature. A very little key will open a very heavy door. Do all the good you can, and make as little fuss about it as possible. My advice is to never do tomorrow what you can do today. Procrastination is the thief of time. I have been bent and broken, but, I hope, into a better shape. Happiness is a gift, and the trick is not to expect it, but to delight in it when it comes. The world belongs to those who set out to conquer it, armed with self-confidence and good humor. A man is lucky if he is the first love of a woman. A woman is lucky if she is the last love of a man. There is nothing in the world so irresistibly contagious as laughter and good humor. Remember, to the last, that while there is life, there is hope.
There are strings in the human heart that had better not be vibrated. Fan the sinking flame of hilarity with the wing of friendship, and pass the rosy wine. Regrets are the natural property of gray hairs. There are only two styles of portrait painting: the serious and the smirk. Although a skillful flatterer is a most delightful companion, if you have him all to yourself, his taste becomes very doubtful when he takes to complimenting other people. Any man may be in good spirits and good temper when he's well dressed. There ain't much credit in that. Nature gives to every time and season some beauties of its own, and from morning to night, as from the cradle to the grave, it is but a succession of changes so gentle and easy that we can scarcely mark their progress. There is a wisdom of the head, and a wisdom of the heart. Home is a name, a word. It is a strong one, stronger than magician ever spoke, or spirit ever answered to, in the strongest conjuration. The first rule of business is, do other men for they would do you. To conceal anything from those to whom I am attached, is not in my nature. I can never close my lips where I have opened my heart. Dignity, and even holiness too, sometimes, are more questions of coat and waistcoat than some people imagine. It opens the lungs, washes the countenance, exercises the eyes, and softens down the temper, so cry away. Family not only need to consist of merely those whom we share blood, but also for those whom we'd give blood. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. A loving heart is the truest wisdom. The worst of all listeners is the man who does nothing but listen. Ask no questions, and you'll be told no lies. I must be taken as I have been made. The success is not mine. The failure is not mine. But the two together make me. One should never be ashamed to cry. Tears are rain on the dust of the earth. Have you ever had the sensation of looking at someone for the first time, and ever so quickly the past and future seem to fuse? Does that not mean something? That we felt so much, so deeply, before even speaking? Take nothing on its looks, take everything on evidence. There's no better rule. Procrastination is the thief of time, collar him. There is something good in all weathers. If it doesn't happen to be good for my work today, it's good for some other man's today. And will come around for me tomorrow. What greater gift than the love of a cat? The sun himself is weak when he first rises and gathers strength and courage as the day gets on. The ocean asks for nothing, but those who stand by her shores gradually attune themselves to her rhythm. Minds, like bodies, will often fall into a pimpled, ill-conditioned state from mere excessive comfort. Every failure teaches a man something if he will learn, and you are too sensible a man not to learn from this failure. Spring is the time of year when it is summer in the sun and winter in the shade. I hope that real love and truth are stronger in the end than any evil or misfortune in the world. The pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again.